Hey, what's going on, guys? Hydrogen Vacuum here, and welcome back to yet another episode of map making. I really don't know what episode number it is, but today we got plans. This is the episode following the live stream that we did that I don't think anyone was able to watch. So I'm gonna just recap quickly what happened during the live stream, because it was very hard. Most people couldn't see it because they weren't watching the live stream or it didn't upload properly. So we are going to go have a look at what changed on this island over here. And yes, we've already spotted it. So right here, we've built ourselves a little house. It's not completely finished, but I did my best on it. We built this house here in live stream, and we also built a mine over here, which if we go and have a look at this, it looks okay. It's not done. I think the stone ratio to other is not really good yet, and we can do a little work on that today maybe. But first, let's fly back over to where we were originally, because where we were originally looked like a prime spot to do a little sprucing up, because I think we could make this part of the island right here, this little rift. I think it could look a little bit better. So first of all, let's just... What the heck? Hold on. We gotta head down there. What is this? That is so interesting. Why is it like that? I've never seen... That must be from... So, the way... If you guys don't know, the way this world was created was through a program called World Painter. So, let's have a look at this. And that World Painter can cause that kind of, sort of like, as you can see, there's like little patches of water all over the place. World Painter can cause that sort of stuff. Anyways, this little rift right here, it looks to me sort of like a riverbank. Sort of like, there's not really necessarily a riverbank, but maybe there's like one thing of water right here. I don't know. This is just an example. So, maybe there's one thing of water right here, right? And it flows down. And as it's flowing down, we better make it spread out a little bit. Like that, right? Flows past that tree. Okay, interesting. Just make it a little more uneven. So there we go. It spreads out into here and forms a stream which goes this way, and we can just continue to break this ground, right? So that it goes all the way until here, where it flows off into the water. Also, as we can see, the water does not look amazing right now. So it's part of the lore, mainly because I'm lazy and I don't want to fix it up. But it's part of the lore that the mountain was sort of slapped together. The entire build was slapped together. Like, there's sharp cliffs right there from World Edit. MC Edit, rather. But... I'm just gonna start filling in some water while I'm talking. But basically, the whole premise of the map, right? I think I might be taking a risk by explaining this to you, but the whole premise of the map is that it's all sort of to keep them away from a specific. It's to keep the player away from a specific secret, which they don't know about. But if they were to know about, it could be very bad for the map creators, which is really just the people who are sort of like monitoring / running the map, right? So, if we're the player to find out about the secret which the map creators don't want them to know about, then it could be bad for the map creators. So, the map creators don't want them to find out about that. So, they're all of these branches, right, are just sort of distractions from the actual, actual secret, which they don't want the player to know about. Okay, so, we've got ourselves a sort of, like, stream bed, and it gets a little too narrow here, I think, but I want to have it basically run off the edge here, and then and then it'll sort of, like, collect in, like, a basin somewhere here, maybe, flow that way a little bit. And then also I want to make this place look better with like paths and brown terracotta and stuff. Not the glazed stuff, the normal stuff, which people know as Stained hardened clay. Anyways, let's let's sort of like extend this, right? Just a little bit until it reaches out to there, and boom, it'll start flowing all the way down. Now, this by itself could look okay, but it's probably going to flow off the edge of there too. No. Okay, perfect. And then it collects in a basin over here, which is exactly what I want. Okay. So let's have a look at what we can, let's see what we can do to sort of make this look better, right? Because right now it does not look amazing. It looks a little man-made, let's say, right? And I feel like we need to start by getting a color palette. So I'm gonna see what I can do to this this riverbank here, right? I'll see what I can do to it to make it look better, and I will get back to you guys once I have made some progress. And this is the beginning of the process. Right here, we've got I put in some paths, some vines, you know, all the natural stuff, right? The paths are sort of to make it look like it's sort of like, I don't know. I don't really know why the paths are there, but I think they fit. The sort of, it's sort of like a sort of broken down sort of river again. I'm kind of only able to do the broken down theme apparently, but we've got little rivulets running in. I don't know if that's the right word for it. Rivulets, little small offshoots of water rejoining the lake. Also, it looks like we've got some flowing water there. I decided to remove the waterfall because I didn't think it looked too great, and I think I'm gonna also remove that path right there. Yeah, I don't know. That's too many paths. Okay, so basically what I'm doing right now is I've been throwing in coarse dirt and all kinds of stuff. The bottom has yet to be done. I've thrown in some vines. I think the vines really add a lot to it. I feel like another vine could do, but I feel like one of these vines right here has to go. I think it's gonna be this one, because that one's sort of too close to all the other ones. It's too much. Let's throw that there. The thing about these vines is that they can sometimes grow a little all over the place, and you want to keep them in moderation. Now, I'm not 100% sure about this waterfall. I don't really like it. I'm kind of tempted to actually just make this a small river. Yeah, no, I'm kind of tempted to just make this like a little lake. So, like, what we would do, right, is let's just block it off temporarily for now, right, like this. Wait, there's one piece of water there. Okay, so if I block this off temporarily, let's just put that back up to 3. Okay, so that's gonna run down. This, actually, no, actually, I like that much better. Something I've been doing is throwing in fences where it looks like it wouldn't be supported very well. You throw in a fence, not there, obviously, because that doesn't look great, but you throw in a fence, and it looks sort of like humans came along and tried to support the undergrowth right here. See, right here. So this looks like they're like trying to hold it up. This does not look good at all. I think that's gonna have to go. And become that? No, actually, I feel like let's do that, and then let's do that. Yeah, actually, I'm liking that. So the idea is that the riverbank is sort of like stuff going over it, sort of hanging over the edges. So I'm gonna continue working on this and making it a little bit better. This part is gonna have to go like that. Make it a little bit better, and then I'll get back to you guys when I've finished, or when I've got another progress update for you guys. Alright, that's looking pretty good so far. If you're wondering, by the way, the skin didn't look the same because that was actually not my account. I actually got a friend's account to help me, so they gave me their account so I could do these third-person time lapses, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to do them and show you guys me working while I'm working, which, if that makes sense. And I'm just sort of throwing in a fence or two. I don't know if I should do this. In fact, I'm kind of considering, you guys might have seen me doing this during the thing. I go like, no, not IPG or whatever that is, log 12. If I do this, log 12, if you guys have seen my video on commands, blocks you can only get with set block, you can see I've got my axis none versus these are like axis Y, axis X. So I have my axis none logs, which are four-sided wood logs, which is pretty cool. I'm just trying to go around sort of and put in the finishing touches of like a few fences here and there to just sort of hold up the entire structure. We made a little bridge across, which I forgot to mention in some of the previous clips. I think it looks pretty cool, but it's a little narrow, and it's sort of, there's like too much something. I don't know, it's just too much unbroken texture, I think. But, you know, it's alright. So, let's just go through and make sure we throw in a few more of these also, because these look like this thing could use a little more mud, I'd say. It looks kind of dark out of the water, but I think it looks okay when it's sort of deeper down, like here. Wait, are these the same? No. That explains it. These are totally different. That's what I meant to be. I meant to be using the... okay, my keyboard just bugged out. I meant to be using the brown, because the brown looks sort of muddy, right? The black looks more... the black looks less muddy and more... I don't know, but whatever. You know, you guys know what I mean. You guys know what I'm going for. So, if we look at this, I think this has made good progress. Definitely liking this now. And the only... yeah, those are the only few issues I'm encountering. Is that there's... hard to get those slivers right there, but... they're visible, so... alright, well, I guess we'll just take the all-out route. Forget being subtle. Okay. So looking around, I can't really see any stone, and that was the sort of idea, is to get rid of all of the stone and sort of replace it with this nice sort of lush greenery-filled place. Now, I'd like to give credit where credit is due. A lot of this actually comes from two YouTubers that I watch, this sort of style of build. So I watch a lot of people from Hermitcraft. So if you guys don't know that, search Hermitcraft, and you will see some pretty cool stuff from the people on Hermitcraft. And of those people on Hermitcraft, there are two people who have this sort of style, who have recently built in this style, and there's a sort of a combination of their builds, sort of. So one person is named Good Times with Scar, and they built this with a sort of riverbank with a sort of muddy feel to it, like I've done down here. And then the other one's named Stress Monster 101, and she built a sort of overhanging sort of thing that I like the rest of this is. So the sort of overhanging, this is the fences here were my own invention, but you know, so she built a sort of like overhanging stuff like this with the vines. I don't know about the vines, actually, probably not, but with the paths and the coarse dirt and all that stuff. So this took heavy inspiration from Stress Monster 101 and Good Times with Scar. Thank you so much to both of them. Anyways, let's get on to the next thing that I want to get building in this episode. Alright, and welcome to Paradise Wonderland. We have built another horrible looking tree. Why is my frames lagging all of a sudden? Like, the moment I start recording, it decides to lag. Anyways, we've got, if we look here, we've got ourselves a nice little lake, sort of, right? Which flows off the edge of the mountain all the way down to another little pond there. It's not really a lake, it's a pond. The size matters. Okay. When it comes to naming these things. So, it's a little underground sort of thing, right? And I think it looks okay Not really happy that this sticks out. I was trying to get rid of this little flow right here, but it couldn't because I really wanted to leave this in there, but I couldn't get them both to be a thing. Oh, maybe I should have waited until this was like a base in here, but whatever. Okay. It still definitely needs a lot of work. It looks alright right now, but I feel like it could do with a little, like, shaving off of the edges here. This stuff over here. A little bit of the ground all around it. I mean, it looks okay. It looks okay. On the inside, you can actually see there's, like, little supports, as if some human came along and put supports in there. But it's not really very... you're not able to really tell. You can see it right there. But anyways, I think what this place down here needs is a fern right there, and get rid of that fern. And that one. A fern right there, and then I think we need another tree. Oops. Right there. That's going to be a good tree. So let's just get rid of the ferns. Let's grab an oak wood planks. Just oak wood rather. And let's build ourselves a tree. Alright, I think it looks okay for now. I think that's going to have to be it for now. We're going to have to put this down. We can probably get back to this later, at a later date, but I think we're going to have to just put this project down for now. I've added a tree down here, and also I didn't really explain what these cobwebs are here for. They're here to... Oh, sorry, let me clear my inventory. It's such a cluttered mess. Anyways, what they're here for is they're supposed to represent sort of spray from the waterfall. That's what it is, waterfall. I think what we need to do is we need to add more of this coarse dirt into the mixture here. A lot more of this. In fact, I also think we're going to want to add some stuff here and here. Like this, sort of. Here and there, rather. Sort of to represent some more mud going down on this. Also, let's get rid of these. They look bad. Okay. Also, I definitely think the ground around this lake is going to have to be more worked on more. This is sort of like, I mean, this hasn't been a lot of work, but it's been more work than I would like to admit to just do this. I'm a slow builder when it comes to this kind of stuff, because there's some people they can just grasp how to build, but for me it takes me time to learn how to build in this style, like with the sort of muddy stuff. Because it's got a sort of natural flow to it, and that's sort of what I'd call my specialty, in quotation marks, because I'm not amazing at it. So it doesn't really qualify as a specialty. So what is this? Anyways, that was a bit of a side note. This looks pretty good for now. This is going to be, just so you know, the next couple episodes will be sort of like smaller sort of things where we're doing like work, or maybe not smaller episodes, but like we're just going to be doing like small projects to sort of make this island look a little less boring and monotonous than it currently does. Like, it's got tons of trees and stuff, and it looks cool sloping up to a giant like globe in the sky, but the thing is, it just doesn't have enough like life and greenery to it. All it has is like all this disgusting stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna like, basically as I go around, I'm gonna sort of like make like interesting things all over the mountain, all over the island. And also, I think it'll slowly, and emphasis on the slowly, because it really this is a long project, a long-term project, this entire map. Slowly, this part of the map will begin to look better. It will take a while, though, because as we can see, there's a lot of boring, monotonous greenery. So, I think that is going to have to be it for today's episode. I'm not 100% sure we have enough time in the episode, but I will be able to check in the editing. That's going to have to be it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate any support you guys can give me. So oh my gosh, words. Slap the like button down below. And be sure to subscribe if you guys are new to this, and let me know your thoughts on what we have done today with this waterfall here, and over there oh man, what did we work on? Yo, why am I blanking on what we worked on over here? Alright, we found it. This is the last thing that we built, which was a little sort of like runway lake sort of thing, and this is definitely my favorite of all of the builds. So let me know what you guys think of all of them. I think they're really cool. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and if you have, be sure to hit that like button down below, and yada yada, sell out. I've already gone through all of this. Let's say goodbye.